just a couple of weeks. I really just shaved my chin hair just for fun. I don't really care what people think how I look, so I just did something for fun.
Do the players give you?
Yeah, they definitely give me a hard time. They've gotten a few things about it.
What's your favorite joke you've gotten so far?
Honestly, I'm not too sure. They just compare me to a bunch of people, which is a bunch of people with mustaches. So, yeah, there's just a bunch of random names I've been
Magnum
hearing.
PI's come back out on TV.
What's that?
Magnum PI.
Do you know what Magnum PI is?
Probably have no clue what that is.
Probably just a little young for that one.
How close were you with Jeremy when he was here?
Pruitt?
Yeah.
Oh, I was pretty close to him. You know, he was always a great coach. He was definitely a player's coach. He always had the players' best interest. You know, he looked out for us in terms of, if we ever, we're down or something, you could talk to him. He's one of those kind of guys, you reach him on a personal level. So, he did a lot for us. He's, like I said, he's a great coach.
Is that kind of that relationship that connects you with a guy add anything to this matchup now that you'll know he'll be on the other sideline?
No, sir. I mean, it's just a football game. Football is football. And obviously, I want my team to win, so I'll do what I can to help my team win.
Do you have a favorite memory, though, that stands out? Just maybe a moment with him or just something funny?
With me personally, probably not. I mean, I just, he just had a real, interesting character. Just, kind of the way he talks, he always So, just little things like that. Just kind of bring back good memories, like those meetings and that kind of stuff.
Having said that, though, is it going to be weird to see him on the other side?
No, I mean, we played against Kirby Smart in the national championship game. That's way bigger than facing Coach Pruitt in the regular season. I mean, like I said, just a football game.
Was that weird, though?
No. Again, I want my team to win, and I'm gonna do everything I can to make my team win. I forgot he was even over there coaching. I was focused on my job. So.
We've seen Terrell sort of joking around with you after the game, and seen doing some stuff on social media. How has spirits been as he's sort of working through his rehab?
Obviously pretty good, at least from what I've seen. I mean, he said he's always in there joking around. I mean, he's working his tail off, but at the same time, he's having fun with it. So it's nice to see that. Sometimes injuries like that can, really affect you and have you down in the dumps. But somebody as strong as he is mentally and physically, I mean, he does a really good job of, just going to work every day and making the most out of it.
How determined is he to get back? I mean, there's been some speculation that maybe he could return quicker than what most people do.
Yeah, I mean, he seems like he's very determined, obviously with his work ethic. But, I mean, again, we went through it last year, and, I think it's probably no different, just as soon as he can get out there, I'm sure he'll be out there. But obviously, it's going to be a medical decision, something makes with his family and so forth.
I've just seen the pass rush kind of pick up. It seems like it's elevated a little bit more recently than maybe earlier in the season.
Who's?
Your pass rushes.
Mine or like the team?
Yeah.
I think it's just just chemistry somewhat. Again, but actually, really, it's if you ask me, it's more like opportunities. Just like I told you, like those first two games, I didn't put up numbers, but if you watch the tape, I was beating those dudes on one-on-one. So every time, it's just they were doing quick passes and screens. But I think just chemistry-wise, we're getting a lot better as well. And just as the season goes on, you just kind of figure things out and kind of get more comfortable. And I think that also plays a part in it.
Kind of off topic, and the box score it lists quarterback hurries as a stat. Do you ever look at that, or is that you ever pay attention to that?
I mean, we have our own production system outside of just stats, which kind of even go over like pluses and minuses. Whether it's just technique, but like the way we look at it is it's not enough just to do your job. You always want to do even more. So, like I said, I have a standard for myself where I hold myself here. So I mean, even if I have a game where I have 2 sacks, if I had a missed opportunity where I could have had a sack or I gave up a run, or if I'm going to be thinking about that stuff. So.
Do you know how the coaches define a pressure if they're going through a great in the game?
I mean, you probably have to ask them, but I would assume it's making him get the ball out quick if you're in his face and force a bad throw or get a quarterback hit. I mean, I'm pretty sure that's what it is. But you might have to.
Yeah, I can check it out.
Yeah.
Tennessee week is obviously, for the fans and students, a big rivalry week and everything like that. For you, going through that matchup a couple of times. How do you see that? Like, what do you enjoy about that week and that rivalry?
Just because there's a lot of tradition to it. You know, I'm big on tradition. It's one of the reasons I really like this place. And you know, this week has a lot of tradition to it. It means a lot to a lot of people. So it's always a fun week. You know, it's a big rivalry game. You know, some people even think it's our biggest rivalry.
What are some of those traditions you think of?
You see so much about it. I mean, like if you look back, just all the close games, and obviously, I mean, I know y'all like to talk about the cigar thing, which may or may not be real. I don't know. Might just be a theory.
A lot of smoke for a theory.
Like I said, may or may not be real. It's up to you to believe.
Ruben likes a cigarette.
I have no comment on that.
Anything else for Christian?
Have you seen Mag be a little bit more dialed in of late?
Yeah, I think he always was dialed in. I think he's stepping into a big role this year, and sometimes it takes a little time just to get more comfortable with it. Which I mean, I think he's been doing a really good job. You know, he's made strides, improvement so far in terms of communicating, echoing the call. You know, just being that vocal guy in the middle for our defense, and I think he's going to continue to improve. I mean, he has all the ability in the world, and obviously, he's just a great leader and guy on this team. So I really think the sky's the limit for him as long as he keeps improving. I mean, he's going to go down for a lot of good things here.
How difficult is that role in the middle? Kind of, he mentioned sometimes he loses his voice in games. You know, just kind of trying to get it out to safeties and the defensive line. So how difficult is that? And do you see him adjusting to that?
I mean, it's not easy. But again, that's why you got guys like me and Anthony and even like DT back in the second year. Like we make the calls and echo them just as much. That way, it's not just all on him. Especially when there's a lot of noise. It's not always easy for guys to get the call. So we try to help them out as much as we can by signaling with our hands, echoing it. Like I always try to echo it to the D-line because I'm right there next to them. So whatever we can do to help him out, we're going to do that, and just that way he feels more comfortable, and that way he can still focus on doing his job. Because as you can imagine, I mean, when you're trying to get 10 other guys lined up, sometimes you might be able to get distracted from doing your own job. So whatever we can do to help him, we try to do that.
When you join the program, do they teach you the history here, or is it something you learn as you go?
It's kind of something you learn as you go. I mean, especially when the week approaches, you kind of just, you see the stories y'all write, and sometimes you hear stories about it around here, just about all the, the memories to this game, this tradition. And like I said, tradition is just really cool to me. I think it's interesting, and games like this are always fun.
So you saying you do Rivalry, right?
Occasionally, I can't help it. I see it all over the place. So I see some of the stories y'all say.
What is your any thoughts at all about Coach Butch Jones being here? Is this a big week for him, or?
Honestly, you probably have to ask him. I mean, I see him around in the lunch hall thing sometimes. Really nice guy from when I've spoke to him, but like I said, I don't get to speak to him too often.
You don't make fun of him?
Not at all. I see no reason to. I mean, he's here to help us out, obviously, and like I said, he's always been a great guy when I spoke to him. And, I'm glad to have him on board. Anybody that wants to help us out and be a part of our team, we're always willing to accept that.